This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is Not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hi, this is Jax Williams, a.k.a. Jaw-Dropping Athletic Excellence, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with... He is jaw-dropping athletic excellence, Jax Williams. How are you, Jack?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. Can you tell us where we'll see jaw-dropping athletic excellence next, event-wise?
So you could see me next at Great Canadian Wrestling for their Seasons Beating show on October 28th in Oshawa. And then that'll be it for the year. It's pretty late into the year, so that'll be the last show, more than likely.
Okay. And where can we find you on social media and merchandise?
You can find me on social media at the Jax Williams. And that's Instagram, X, or Twitter, or whichever ones you're on. And for merchandise, you can support on Great White North Wrestling. It's a newer company, but you can get all my merchandise directly online from them. So if you want to support, that's where you can find me.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media and merchandise will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You work for Smash Wrestling. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company and the man behind it, Sebastian Suave?
I've been working for Smash Wrestling for about 2 years now, a little more than 2 years. A great relationship with the company. I really enjoy my time there. I started with Smash in August 2023, and it's been good. It's been a place where I've really kind of been able to develop myself in the ring, as well as persona and confidence outside of the ring. I have a really good relationship with Sebastian, the boss. Me and him, we both have very similar interests. We're both big sports guys, big basketball guys. So we talk about that stuff and constantly communicating and talking about all kinds of stuff we can do to make sure that the show's going as well as it can.
Okay. Now, you actually got to wrestle Brian Cage, AEW contracted wrestler right now. What was that experience like, wrestling Brian?
That was a really cool experience. It's kind of a funny story, but that match kind of just came up last minute. That was just wasn't the plan the entire time. Some things had shifted around, and next thing you know, Brian Cage is coming to Hamilton. He was awesome to work with. He's really talented, really, really skilled in the ring. I mean, obviously he looks like $1 million. He's in incredible shape. Overall, that was a great experience. I learned a lot working with Brian. It was good.
You mentioned that it was kind of short notice. How short notice did you have that you were wrestling Brian?
So originally what had happened was I was scheduled to be in a mixed tag team match with Vanna Black. But she got injured maybe a week or 2 weeks or so in that timeline before the show. So obviously that match had to get rescheduled. And Top Tier, they're a great promotion. They always want to deliver, and they made sure to go above and beyond with bringing in Brian Cage.
Okay, so do you kind of like to have like maybe more prep time to wrestle a name like Brian, or is it better that it kind of comes like right before the match?
That's a good question, actually. I think obviously it's better to have more prep time, just as far as you can watch the film on your opponent, and you can kind of come up with a game plan and familiarize yourself with that stuff. But on the other hand, then it's more time to sit and think about it, and maybe you start to overthink a little bit or overcomplicate things. So sometimes spur of the moment, as long as you're ready to go and you're confident in what you can do, then I think either or is good.
Okay. Well, talking about a match that was long time coming, can you tell us about the Dark Collar match against Jonny DeLuca?
Oh yeah, that was. I guess me and Johnny have been kind of at each other's throats ever since we both started Smash Wrestling together. He's always been a thorn in my side for years now. So it seemed only natural, I guess, that we would have to settle it in such a brutal environment with the dog collars. I have to tip my cap to Johnny, though. He really earned some respect that day. He's tough. He's tougher than you think. And like for typically Jonny DeLuca, he's very flashy. He's very charismatic, and he really showed some serious grit. So at the end of the day, he had to join Team Jax. I still managed to get the win, but definitely very tough opponent.
He is your hype man now? Is that correct?
I guess you could say he's more of a whatever is best for Team Jax, whatever we need right now. So he's at the ringside cheering me on. He's promoting the sponsors. He's doing a great job so far.
All right, so no complaints about Johnny right now.
As long as he keeps going the way he's going, we're not going to have any issues.
Well, somebody that made their presence known in that match is Vanna Black. Can you tell us about your relationship with Vanna? It has been somewhat of a roller coaster, no?
Oh, with Smash Wrestling, definitely, yeah. I mean, me and Vanna kind of started wrestling together around the same time. Both trained by Rip Impact in Hamilton. So we've been friends for a number of years, and then when it came to Smash, it made sense to have her with me there, and her role that she fills is it's majorly important. It's essential to everything that we do. So we have had a bit of a rocky relationship. I had to fire her, but she's come back better than ever. So let bygones be bygones, as I say.
Was the match with Johnny the deciding factor to rehire her?
Yeah, definitely. She tried to pull a fast one on me, and everyone thought that they knew what was going on, but we knew the plan the whole time, for sure.
So she proved her loyalty, and she's back in your good graces.
Exactly, yeah.
But why did you fire her in the first place?
I don't know. It was just, I guess let's call it an impulse decision, where I wanted certain things to happen right away and ran into some roadblocks, and maybe just lost my patience. And I'm very passionate about what I do out there in the ring, so sometimes emotions get the better of you.
I gotcha. But everything is smooth sailing with Vanna right now.
Yeah, everything is good.
All right. Now, can you tell us about training at the Dungeon 2.0 with TJ TJ and Natty.
Oh wow, yeah, that was an amazing experience. It's actually a really interesting story how that even came together. When TJ was down, he did a seminar at Battle Arts, and a bunch of us signed up for it to learn some stuff and to see where we were at skill wise and everything like that. And he ended up inviting Miley and a bunch of those guys down to Florida to train. He said, if you guys get yourself here, he'll train you. So for a week, and they invited me to go. So it was super awesome that they did that. As far as the training goes with Natalia and TJ, it was very, very intense. Like, it was very high level training. It's very humbling. Learned really fast that we really didn't know much and we had a long way to go. Still do, obviously, but that was, very humbling and challenging experience.
Now, for anybody that's not aware, it's you don't necessarily get the train at the Dungeon 2.0. It is invite only. So, what did that kind of mean to you to get the nod from TJ that you're invited, you get to participate?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a huge compliment, obviously, and I think for him is he probably relates to a lot of us as he was also Canadian, obviously, and he was attempting to make a name as an independent wrestler in Canada, and so he probably knows firsthand all the challenges that we face here, as opposed to in the United States as far as exposure goes. So I'm sure he saw a lot of that drive in us that he had, and so that's very flattering to think that he thought we were worthwhile to spend his time on, for sure.
Was that, you mentioned, it was a great experience, learned a lot. Was that a major moment of leveling up in pro wrestling?
I think so, yeah. I left there with not only improved skills and things like that in the ring, but just confidence too, that we even it just takes a lot to do that, right? To get on a plane and go there and it's an intimidating environment. This is the top level in the world, the WWE, and the wrestlers that you're standing right next to are some of the best in the world. So definitely can't help but get better and I guess level up when you're in that situation.
Maybe this was another leveling up moment. You wrestled in a steel cage against Jessie V. And it wasn't just a normal proper cage. It was actually the piping cage, which from what I've heard is actually a lot more brutal than a proper cage match. What was that match like, and was it more brutal than maybe you had expected?
That match was it was definitely I guess nerve-wracking experience. It's funny because I keep saying that it's the theme of every single thing is that match also came about kind of last second. I believe Jessie V's opponent was Jason Hodge, and for the cage match, because they had wrestled for a few months in a row, and I guess things happen, whatever happens, and sometimes people can't make the shows, and next thing you know, I'm subbing in because I've had my fair share of battles with Jessie V prior to that. So kind of last second thing, but yeah, it's very painful in there. I've never wrestled in a normal cage. That's the only cage I've been in, but it's metal. It has no give, it's not forgiving. And Jessie V is a big, strong guy. He's a monster. So you're definitely that's a match that was very grueling and very tough. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up the win, but that was a big moment for me, for sure.
Maybe this is another big moment, big match. You wrestled Vaughn Vertigo in a no DQ match. Obviously, Vaughn is very well known in that region and just kind of in general. So what was that match like against Vaughn?
That was another really one of my favorite matches I've had probably in my whole career. It's up there. It's in the same kind of categories like the cage match you said and stuff like that. Number one, like the stage at Rebel nightclub was unreal. It was so cool that we were able to perform there. Just the production, Smash always has great production value, and just with the size of everything, it looked visually amazing. And then me and Vertigo had been kind of going at each other for a few months and needed to settle our differences. So match was definitely a little bit brutal. I was feeling that one for the next couple days.
Now, can you tell us about Whole Grain Willies?
Yeah, Whole Grain Willies is my attempt at being Michael Jordan. I'm a huge basketball fan, and obviously back then, being on the cover of Whole Grain Wheaties was like the pinnacle of an athlete's advertising, is in my opinion. So I had the idea to become Michael Jordan, and I made my own commercial and everything, and yeah, that's where that inspiration came from for that.
And they are sponsoring you, correct?
That's correct.
I was looking for these Whole Grain Willies, and it was quite difficult to find them to purchase.
Oh yeah, I have them just this here with me. I could send them to you personally if you want some.
Well, that would be appreciated. I'm assuming that they're very hard to get. They're very in demand, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty just a small thing right now. It's not anything crazy. So we'll see what happens as things progress.
All right. Now, you wrestled Eddie Edwards and in a mixed tag team match with Vanna. What was that match like? I believe Lisa Edwards was in the match as well.
Yeah, Alicia Edwards. Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool one as well. Eddie Edwards is obviously a legend with TNA and the Independents. So getting to do that match that was a good one. He's a great wrestler. I learned a lot from him. I think Moose came out and cost me the match, if I recall. So not the ending I would have wanted, but overall that was a fun one as well.
That was for a show between a joint collaboration between Smash and Impact Wrestling, no?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Smash vs. TNA, I think it was.
Wasn't it for what is his name? Chris Bay. Chris Bay. His charity to because he was injured. He is injured at the time.
I think no, we did the Chris Bay like fundraising show the next month in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 shows.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you were in a match where you wasn't in a traditional wrestling ring. You were in a UFC style ring. Proper with the octagon with the cage. What was that match like?
With Thick Boy Fight Club.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Basically, how that happened was we were at the Don Koloff Arena, probably for Destiny Wrestling, performed there pretty regularly, and I just saw the signs for it, the Thick Boy Fight Club, and it just caught my interest. And I asked Dave, the person that I fought in that cage match, about it, and he said he knows them, and he set it up so me and him could go out there and go at it in a UFC cage. Yeah, it was interesting. It was the most unique match probably I've ever had. It was nothing like a normal pro wrestling match at all.
What was kind of some of the differences, obviously ring-wise?
Well, for starters, there's no ropes. So any offense or anything you would do off the ropes is out of the question. The mat itself was a little bit harder, had a little bit less give than a traditional wrestling ring. And then, yeah, obviously the fencing around it is not the nicest thing to get thrown into either.
Right. Alright. I think it's time for Jax's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
It's just perfect timing, actually, because I just had this on the weekend that just passed.
Sweet.
I was going out to Prince George, British Columbia for primetime wrestling. I was going for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 shows. And I flew into Edmonton Thursday night around 11 p.m., like their time out west. It's about 2 hours ahead, or 2 hours behind where I am in Ontario. And then a guy by the name of Vanna picked me up. He's been such a great. I met Vance in Oshawa a couple of years ago, and he's been so helpful for me. He helped me come out west so I could do this trip. And our plan was to drive overnight, so he picked me up at 11. We picked up another wrestler at midnight, and then we were going to drive for 9 hours straight to Prince George, British Columbia. And around 5 a.m., we're coming up on the highway, and we get stopped behind it felt like an endless row of stopped trucks ahead of us. And turns out there was a massive accident on the road up ahead, and we ended up sitting on the side of the highway for 7 hours without moving.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so sat there all day, and then we were able to luckily finish the drive and make it to the show that night. But that just happened, so it's fresh in my mind.
Well, it was lucky that you actually made it to the venue, considering, how long you were in traffic.
Yeah, I was starting to lose hope a little bit around the 6-hour mark, but luckily we made it.
Now, prior to wrestling, you did actually play basketball. How did being in basketball kind of prepare you to become a pro wrestler, if any?
Oh, it was huge. Has helped me in a lot of ways. Obviously, the most obvious one is just athletically, like playing basketball for 12 years and playing through high school, playing on travel teams, playing in university. Like, I had all this time to train and develop as an athlete, like just in terms of coordination and things like that. And then also a lot of experience with different kinds of coaches and being coached, so I could learn how to improve. And you go through things where you have bad games, and you learn how to deal with that emotionally, and kind of all the roller coaster rides that comes with being an athlete. So when I started wrestling, I just kind of had all those lessons that I'd learned from all my years playing basketball, and was able to just right away apply it to wrestling. It's helped me just, I think, stay on the right track, stay focused, and not ever kind of get trapped in the roller coaster ride of emotions that you can go on.
I gotcha. Now, here at Wrestling Wit, we like to say, everybody is nerdy about something. Everybody geeks out, fanboys for something. What is something you geek out, fanboy, is nerdy for?
Lots of stuff. But currently, at the moment, I'm in a big Pokemon kick. So I've been mainly just playing the old games that I played growing up as a kid. So I bought an emulator that I saw advertised on Instagram, and I've been playing through all the old Pokemon games, like Pokemon Red, Yellow, Gold, and I put in a serious amount of hours on that in my downtime recently.
How has that been so far? Hello?
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. It's fun. It kills time.
How many Pokemon have you captured so far?
My record for a single game playthrough was, I think, 110 in Pokemon Crystal. So
I mean, that's really
not bad if you ask me.
I was gonna say very impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours.
Who is your go-to? Who's your confidant when it comes to going up other Pokemon? Who's your guy?
Like which character in the game?
Yeah, which Pokemon do you use the most?
Oh, it's got to be Charizard for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's the big bad, ain't he?
Yeah, he's the most popular one, I'm sure.
Right. Now, can you tell us about your tattoos and if there's any significant meaning behind them?
Yeah, the one on my arm, I just got the design. It's just something that I caught my eye and I thought was really cool. And then I just put both my parents' birthdays in there in the clock. So that's pretty much the meanings behind it there. Nothing too deep.
Okay. Is there any well, you have one tattoo on your hip, right? On your side.
Oh yeah, on my side. Yeah, that was for just the family dog that we had growing up. She passed away. I remember I was really upset, and I just thought it'd be nice to do that. So I put her birthday on there. So it's basically just various dates tattooed.
I gotcha. Is there any plans for new tattoos in the future?
Maybe. I think about it now and then, but nothing. I haven't thought of anything that I'd be willing to put on there forever recently.
Okay, so open to new ideas, but nothing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say that they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I think I would want the movie to open with some kind of cool montage of me probably playing basketball and then wrestling to something kind of high paced, I guess. Like I'm picturing like the Space Jam opening. Like I don't know if you've seen Space Jam.
Yes.
Where they're playing that song to the Space Jam. Maybe I'll play the Space Jam song to open my movie of me playing basketball and then becoming a wrestler. And then I would want to have "Go the Distance" by Michael Bolton. It was on the Hercules, 97 Hercules movie.
Okay.
That would have to be on there. And then "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey. I'd find a way to squeeze that on there too.
Well, that's definitely a solid 3 picks for sure. I think you're actually the first person to use the Space Jam song.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So.
And Hercules, definitely an underrated Disney movie. Doesn't get necessarily talked about as much as it maybe should.
I agree, for sure.
Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go the casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Who plays me? That's a tough one. It's got to be someone like pretty. I'd want it to be. It's a movie, so it's got to be dramatic and a little bit not true. So I'd want to make myself like a super cool actor. So maybe like Jason Momoa could play me or something.
Okay, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he would. I think he would make me look way cooler than I actually am.
Now, every movie has a supporting cast. who would be three people with meaning to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Well, Denzel Washington's one of my favorite actors, and I've seen almost all his movies. So he would play one of my friends that I grew up with, Muhammad.
Okay.
He would play him. I would get. It's a tough question. I don't want to leave anybody out. There's an actor from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He plays Charlie. I can't think of his name, though.
I think that's Charlie Day.
Oh, is it Charlie Day? Yeah. I would get him to play my other friend, Alend, because I feel like they have some similarities.
Okay.
And then I would get, just trying to think of some names here. So I'm trying to match the faces with the people, so it's at least somewhat accurate when they're on the movie. Let's see. And I would get, let's go with Scarlett Johansson to play my girlfriend Olivia.
Okay.
So there's the three. It's a pretty star-studded lineup.
I was gonna say, I never knew I wanted to see Denzel Washington play opposite Charlie Day, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, and obviously Vanna's not in the movie because she got fired.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least. And you could pre-order the tickets now. Now, onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
I'm a big thumbs up for pineapple on pizza. I love it.
Okay, so pro pineapple on pizza.
Yep.
Now, since you are a Canadian from Canada, I do have two Canadian exclusive questions for you. The first one being, poutine. Where is the best place to get it?
So might get me in trouble, I guess, or disowned by Canadians everywhere. But I'm not actually a big poutine fan. Like, I probably have eaten it less than a handful of times in my life. But I know Smoke's poutine is fairly popular, so I think if you're into that, you should start there.
Okay. Well, definitely I think that was more controversial than the pineapple on pizza question.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the second question, is Canada's greatest national treasure Ryan Reynolds?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, then who is?
Canada's national... Does it have to be currently alive?
No.
No, I think the greatest Canadian of all time is easily Terry Fox. And if we're going with more of a celebrity entertainer role, then I'm going to say Bret Hart. So one or the other. But Terry Fox is for sure number one. And then that's my opposite choice as well.
Okay. Now, what's your spirit Pokemon?
I'm going to go with Charizard. He's my favorite. He's a fire-breathing dragon. So I think everybody likes to think that they're probably that cool, at least a little bit deep down.
Okay. Now, we love the late, great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
I do not.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. Because a Doug can't spell. We love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
Nice.
Now, weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
I don't think I would consider that, no. Just because a Rock can't feel pain. So I'm at an extreme disadvantage. And it's going to hurt me to hit it, and it won't get hurt. So no matter what, it's kind of it's a lose-lose situation.
Okay. Well, just for context, there's somebody you know very well, Psycho Mike, that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Wow. I mean, if anyone could pull it off, Psycho Mike's the guy, that's for sure.
Well, he pulled off the match for sure. Winning the match was definitely a different story.
Yeah, but he gave it a good shot.
That he did. Alright, on a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, hopefully still wrestling. I really enjoy that, and hopefully in 5 years I could say I've wrestled in even more parts of Canada, as well as somewhere, whether it be Europe, Australia, or some type of international country. So 5 years from now, hopefully I can say I've done those things, and that'd be pretty cool.
And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
I think that cage match I had with Jessie V at Super Kicked, that's one of my most proud, one of the performances I'm the most proud of. As well as I think the match that I had with Brent Banks for Smash Wrestling. That was another one I'm very proud of. And then the recent match with Jonny DeLuca, because that really shows off a different side of my wrestling repertoire, let's call it, with the sponsorships and the mid-match promos and all the bells and whistles that you can put on a wrestling match. So those will be my top three.
Can we find these matches on YouTube?
Yep, you can find the cage match on Super Kick's YouTube channel. I believe it was the May event from last May. And then you can find the match with Johnny and Brent both on Smash Wrestling's YouTube channel. They upload all their shows on there for free.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for them. I will grab the links and put them in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and CastBox, for anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Jeez. I'm going to go with Mr. Perfect.
Worst wrestler.
Worst wrestler, that's tough. I'm going to go with David Arquette.
I will accept that answer. Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Roman Reigns.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
My entrance music, by Kick Out Custom Themes. It's my favorite wrestling song.
Okay, well, let's say that they lost the track. There was a copyrights issue. If you can't come out to that, what would you be coming out to?
Okay, let's go with Batista's I Walk Alone. That's a good one.
Okay. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Kayfabe is alive.
We would have also accepted tastes great on toast. Squash, vegetable or fruit?
I'm gonna say technically a fruit because it has seeds, right?
That is correct. It is indeed a fruit.
Nice.
New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks the butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
I think it depends on the person and whatever you're comfortable with. Personally, for me, I like all trunks. I like it to be covered, but that's just my personal preference.
So the jaw dropping should be for the athleticism, not for the cheek.
Yes, exactly.
And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No, I can't say that I have.
And that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Once again, where can we find you on social media and your merchandise?
You can find me at the Jax Williams on social media, and you can find my merchandise at greatwhitenorthwrestling.com or .ca.
Perfect. And you don't have to go looking for it. Type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Excuse me. Right, when I say wrestling, what? You say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest, Jax Williams, Coleco Yachts, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.